everybody, and welcome to a little solo episode of Powerful Stuff. It just felt time, like there was a lot that needed to be said. Eileen and I are recording up a storm for you guys, giving you all the powerful stuff you need to get into 2024. And today, this solo episode will be brief, but as you guessed it, powerful, about ending something the way we want to start the next thing. And I thought because it's mid-December, we're ending 2023. I always like to say, end 2023 the way you want to start 2024. And so it's really powerful when we not just think about what we're striving to next, what's the next thing, when this happens, then I'll feel like the next version of myself. But actually, I believe that it's couched in acknowledgement of what we already are doing, because what we already are doing is a powerful way to build confidence and self-trust that I've done it before, I can do it again. And I'm already taking aligned steps. Then what next is possible? How can I stretch that? How can I continue to grow that versus feeling like we're just throwing this year away and, waiting till next year to really step into our highest self? Who can relate? And just to kind of give you guys some examples of this so we can really get into it, and then we'll do a little meditation. It's funny when people are like on a healthy eating kick and then they have like that one bag of chips and they're like, well, I've had like 2 chips, so I might as well have the whole bag and then another bag and another thing of cookies or whatever it might be. And it's like just throwing it all away. Or throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. But I'm like, that's such a violent expression. Eileen and I talk about this sometimes. We're like, why would you throw the baby out with the bathwater? Or like you're feeling resentful at your job and you're looking for other jobs, but then you're kind of shitting on this current job of like, well, I'm on my way out anyway, so I'm just going to give it the bare minimum. Or, you're moving to a new place, so maybe you're not like showing up fully for like your current friends or your current community because you're moving anyways. And I've definitely been there before with this, definitely in professional endeavors that I've taken on. And like healthy eating kicks and stuff, just being like, oh, well, this has already gone to shit, so I'll just wait for a fresh start. And of course, fresh starts are powerful. But again, to reiterate, to really drive this point home, it's even more powerful to be like, okay, that's who I want to be. How can I start showing up as that person right now, even when I don't have that aligned job, even when, shit's hitting the fan? Because if I can do that right now, when my circumstances aren't perfect, then just imagine the momentum, the self-trust, the confidence, the power that will happen when everything is aligned. So to break it down for you guys, and then we'll go into a little meditation and journaling situation, like think about 2023. First let's start with the acknowledgement. Where are you already proud of yourself? What are the things that you're already doing in different areas of your life that are showing up as your highest self? That are showing up and growing and acting in alignment with who you want to be next. I'm really feeling that acknowledgement, that gratitude. I already have what it takes. I'm doing it. It's already being done. And then what are the ways that you're not acting in alignment? That you have this vision for yourself for next year, or the types of people that you want to meet, or the type of job that you want to have or thing that you want to be doing. And how are you not taking action toward that? How are your actions actually telling a different story? Because when we put it in the when then category, or, oh, I'll just wait till the new year or whatever, we're getting further and further away. We're creating, a deep schism, or however we say that, a deep break, a vault, when we know where we want to be and we're doing actions that say the opposite. And we're like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait until XYZ happens. Because that's actually sending a message to our subconscious of like, Every circumstance has to be perfectly aligned for me to be able to take this action, which then actually puts the power outside of us and allows us to make excuses based on our circumstance. So when we actually take radical ownership in this moment, starting today, I'm going to act in alignment, even if the circumstances aren't perfect, even if I'm not at the job I want to be at, even if like my community or my friendships or whatever aren't the ones that I'm like super excited for, or even if I'm in a relationship that I know that is ending, how can I still show up as my highest self and act in integrity as that future version of myself right now? Because that's when we actually take the power back and build that internal confidence. So with that, when we start acting that way, acting as our future self right now, not only do we have powerful self-trust and self-confidence in the present moment, but we are also then guided from a place of deep inner clarity from the inside out of where we want to go next. Because then we're checking in each moment as our highest self in alignment. Where do I want to go next with this? And we feel completely in control of the ship, of the steering wheel, if you will. And the exciting thing about this when we go into 2024 is ending 2023 the way we want to start 2024. We're already going to have so much self-trust and confidence and consistency that whatever New Year's resolutions we set, we already have that momentum, that through line being like, this is possible. I'm already doing it. Okay, everyone. So with that, let's just dive right into a little meditation, if you will. So getting in a comfortable seat, rolling your shoulders back, taking a deep breath in, and then open mouth exhale. Another deep breath in and exhaling it out. And third and deepest breath in, pulling your breath up to the crown of your head and exhaling it out. And as you turn your gaze inward, start to breathe nice and slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Starting to feel into the things that you've already done this year. Seeing them flash before your mind's eye, the things that you've already lived through, the conversations you've already had, the actions you've already taken that have been in alignment with who you're ready to become. And as you think of those things that you've already been doing, allowing your heart to expand, welling up with pride for who you already are. Knowing that that's deep inside of you and it's always there when you take a moment to be still and acknowledge yourself for what you're already doing. And from that place of acknowledgement, and as you breathe into it, starting to look at the things in your life right now, in your mind's eye, that you know are not in alignment. Maybe it's how you're showing up in a relationship. Maybe it's how you're showing up at a job or a commitment that you know you want out of. Maybe it's how you're treating yourself and your hobbies or your personal care, knowing that you want to restart in the new year. Zooming in on one of these, just noticing without judgment, with total curiosity, acknowledging that gap between what you're doing and where you know you could be. And as you breathe into that gap, allowing the discomfort or the ickiness to rise to the surface, releasing any resistance around it, letting it rise so we can look at it fully and then release it. And asking yourself, where is this resistance or disconnect coming from? Is there a fear here? Is there a sadness or a grieving process around this thing that needs to be done in order for me to take back my power and show up even better, even though I know this thing might be on its way out? Breathing into the truth of that. Allowing yourself to feel the shame, the anxiety, the disconnect, the disappointment of that gap. Dialing it up to a 10, letting yourself feel it fully. And then wherever you feel it most on your body, placing your hands there and breathing into it. And keeping your eyes closed, but with your hands, maybe extract it from your body like you're pulling out tar. Just pull it out viscerally, like that action of pulling out that heaviness, that stuckness, that resistance, that chip on your shoulder, pulling it out, shaking it out. And then with both palms open, capturing a new essence, the true essence that's always been there. Your highest self that's always there when you slow down, placing that energy back on that space in your body where the old energy left and breathing into that, allowing the truth of that energy to awaken in every cell of your body. That version of you who's excited, who's energized to end things in integrity the way you want to start the next thing. Breathing into that. And as you breathe into that, feeling yourself transform into this version of yourself who's excited to give everything your all, who knows that everything is interconnected, who knows that as you do one thing is as you do everything. And allowing this to elevate your spine, allowing you to sit up taller, allowing you to have a smile be brought to your lips. And in this energy, re-envisioning that thing in your life that you know you're just waiting for it to end, re-envisioning it and seeing yourself showing up as that best version of you, ending it with pride, with strength, with confidence. How does ending it in your fullest integrity look like? Seeing that scene play out, noticing how you feel in that scene, that you're giving it your best, and that you're closing the loop the way you want to in your own narrative. Visioning how that affects others involved in the scene in question, or if it's in your self-care, seeing how that ripples into other areas of your life. And seeing how that ripple effect, that domino effect carries you into 2024. Feeling how it gives you that confidence, that momentum, that you're already doing the things, that you already know what's in your control and you take action on it, and what's out of your control and you release it. feeling proud of yourself in that consistency, allowing yourself to see the vision of the possibility, the expansion that creates on the other side. And then in your mind's eye, seeing a mirror that reflects back to you that version of you on the other side of this thing, that version of you who's ended it with integrity to start the next thing. Noticing their energy, their facial expression, and then hearing from them, allowing yourself to receive, hearing from them how they're proud of you for how you just showed up in this situation. Trusting whatever they say. And then hearing from them how it's actually helped expand, improve all the things that you're doing on the other side of this. How has it helped expand and improve and create more possibility around the other things on the other side of this? And then asking them for the perfect next step, perfect next thing that you can do to act in alignment with this. Thanking them, bringing that back to your heart space, bringing that wisdom, that next step back to your heart space, breathing it in, feeling it well up your heart space as you exhale, sending it out to every part of your body, to the crown of your head, to your toes, to your fingertips. Another breath in, releasing expectation around it and exhaling it out, knowing that you're doing your best. And as long as you do your best, everything unfolds perfectly. Third and final breath in, bringing you back to this room, and exhale, opening your eyes. And as you open your eyes, feeling into this moment, how does it feel envisioning showing up for yourself, for others in the best way possible? Ending 2023 feeling confident in yourself and harnessing the magic of right now. So to wrapping up this episode the way we want to start the next, the journaling questions here, which hopefully you've already gotten some clarity or answers around in the meditation, are: what are the things that you've already been doing in 2023 that you're proud of, that you know that you're acting in integrity and you're excited to continue? So let's start with that acknowledgement and that pride for what you're already doing. The second question is, where are you not showing up in integrity? Where are you just letting something come to an end and you're not putting your best foot forward? Maybe that's a relationship, a job, just like how you're ending the year with your habits. And why is that? What is the block there? Or what is the story that you're telling yourself? Maybe the story is like, they don't care about me, so I won't care about them. Whatever that story is, let's just acknowledge it, because we're going to release it. And then the third question is, if you were that future version of yourself right now, what does integrity look like in this situation? How can you show up in this situation the way you want to start the next thing? What needs to shift? Who do you need to become? And then the final question is, how does that create more space and possibility? How might that create more magic on the other side if you're ending this thing the way you want to start the next? What is the possibility there? What magic does it create? Okay. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode of Powerful Stuff, and I'm excited to see how you start the next year, the next thing, the way you ended this thing. Let us know in the comments, and we will see you next time for more powerful stuff. Thank you for listening to the Powerful Stuff podcast. We're your hosts, Meredith Baker
and Eileen Leguiu. We hope that you learned some powerful stuff that you can take away and implement into your own life.
And if you do, we would love it if you rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast, Powerful Stuff. And if something deeply resonates with you and you share it on social media, tag us. We would love to hear from you. And we will also see you next week for some more powerful stuff.